And welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the Kansas City Chiefs edition. And we have a guest again this week. Shaller's back. And then he now has the number one spot for most guest appearances on Sports the NEMO Way with 4.
Well, damn. If I wouldn't ate all them Oreos last night, I would have gave him a cookie.
I was over here celebrating, sorry.
Yeah, he knocked his mic over. All right, so Bob, Mark, you're going to pick up the pace here to keep up with Shaller. With that being said, let's get to the Chiefs. Drew, who's your number 4 Mount Rushmore member?
My number 4 is Bobby Bell.
He's also my number 4.
My number 3. Okay.
He did not make my list.
Nope.
He did not make my list. He was actually number 5. He just missed out.
All right, well.
But I was considering him hard.
Old Bobby here. He's a 9-time Pro Bowler, 6-time All-Pro. He was on their Super Bowl team. He's the member of the All-70s team. He's got 26 interceptions and 40 sacks. He's kind of a versatile linebacker, I would say. He did more pass coverage than he did dropping back.
How many tackles does he have?
We don't know. Guess.
Well, I can't deal with a defensive player without tackles.
I'm assuming that's a running joke here.
It's just irritating.
And Ray, 6 interception returns for touchdowns and 2 fumble returns for touchdowns.
So, yeah, I'm going to keep that in mind. I might have
8
to
touchdowns,
make a deal.
Ray. Yeah, I thought he was a nice solid 4 pick for the Chiefs.
He's a fairly decent-sized guy, for a linebacker, 6'4", 230, like decent-sized linebacker. Not huge, but decent-sized linebacker, fits the mold, I guess I would say.
Also the first Chief in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. He was their first Hall of Famer.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that either. And so that was Drew, Wade, and Doug with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, cool. Was he your number 4s?
It was mine.
He's my number 3.
So who's your number 4, Wade?
I put Travis Kelce.
Ooh, Travis Kelce. He did not make my list.
He didn't make my list.
Travis didn't make mine either.
He didn't make mine.
So 1 for Travis Kelce.
What a downer. All
right.
Well, Wade, what you got on old Kelce?
Well, there's only one tight end in the history of the NFL to have 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons. His name is Travis Kelce. No one else has more than 3, I believe. He's already in the upper echelon of receiving tight ends ever. If he keeps up a pretty decent pace, he'll probably finish in the top 2 or 3. He's an important part of a Super Bowl team. Already has 7 Pro Bowls. Already has 3 first-team All-Pros. I don't know about second teams. And after about 8-9 seasons, he already has over 9,000 yards, 700 receptions. So, he's on pace to kill it.
Indeed he is. I didn't know he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
All right, well, anything else to add on Travis Kelce before we move on? Shall you got number 4 left?
I do. Buck Buchanan.
Buck Buchanan, yeah. I don't have Buck Buchanan, but
I don't, but he was in consideration.
Yeah.
So I was in consideration between him and Bell. And they're pretty similar. They're both Super Bowl champions. He's an All-Pro in 71, 2-time Pro Bowl in 70-71. He's on the NFL 100th anniversary all-time team. He won 2 AFL championships. He's 6-time first-team All-AFL. On the All-AFL all-time team. He's in the Chiefs Hall of Fame. His number's retired. He was 6'7", 270 pounds, and ran a 4.9 40, which is, he said he was just like he's an animal on the field. In one game, he had 16 pass deflections at the line.
One game?
One game. So the guy was a monster.
But he never scored a touchdown.
But no touchdowns. He did have 3 interceptions. For a defensive tackle, that's pretty good.
Maybe you should have worked harder. You would have got that touchdown.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like Bobby. He's got 8.
I don't rate my players on defensive touchdowns alone.
I think only one of us does. Only one of us does.
All right. Well, another career. We have 3 career Chiefs so far. That's pretty cool. All right, Ray, do you have a 4 left?
I do.
Who you got?
As much as I didn't want to be cliche, I went ahead and went with Patrick Mahomes. At
I
number
knew
4.
he'd come up with something one.
I did consider this.
I mean,
just the sample size was
yeah. I mean, what was it? 5 years he's played. He's checked every single effing box that you could. 18,991 yards, 151 touchdowns with a passing rating of 66.1. I mean, I just couldn't keep him off.
got that Super Bowl too. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
there you go.
I do have a question though,
Okay.
because I'm not a big fan of Patrick Mahomes, but he has been really phenomenal. How does he only have 2 All-Pros?
Well,
I
I think
don't know.
Rodgers has 2 MVPs during his career, so he's probably the first team All-Pro.
And the year Lamar got MVP.
But I mean, okay, so let's say Rodgers gets 2, or gets the first team one. There's still a second team one.
Well, you got Tom Brady. You got Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, all them.
Yeah.
Drew Brees, one of those years. Russell Wilson. Depending on.
yeah, I guess so. Could be. I was just wondering. Anyway, sorry, Ray, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's fine.
Is he the only one with Mahomes, by the way?
Probably, yeah.
So we got
Yes.
3 straight ones.
This is really adding up great here.
That's a bad sign. We got a bunch of ones, guys.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
like we got a deal coming.
Well,
I do think our ones and twos are probably going to be the same.
it could be. I expected my number 4 to be a solo one, so I'm gonna say it in a minute, and it's probably gonna be another one. So.
I almost went on a limb at number 4. Well, I did anyway.
Ah.
But I thought Travis Kelce might have a chance of making 1 or 2 on the list, but I have a favorite Chief player that I didn't put down, but I almost did.
I have a favorite Chief that I almost put on there too. Yeah.
So I just want to go over Patrick Mahomes' nicknames real quick because
Oh,
I've
God.
never heard of 90% of these. So we can ask our Chiefs fan as well. First off, Grim Reaper.
No.
I haven't heard that.
He
one,
doesn't
no.
deserve that. Next.
Show.
Did you see the Buffalo Bills game? That is kind of a Grim Reaper situation.
Did we see the second half of the AFC Championship?
Yes, I did. I was actually in the stands. I ended up getting hammered drunk because I needed to forget everything I saw.
The next one is Showtime.
I've heard that one, yes.
Okay.
Just because he's flashy and runs around a lot.
The next one kind of goes the last one. It's a Lakers thing. Magic Man.
I haven't heard that one.
The Musician.
I haven't heard that one either.
Fatrick.
I like that one.
That was I'm waiting for a catch-up one.
That one, yeah, I haven't heard that one, and that one.
That trick's pretty funny.
That's
the
that's
Gunslinger.
body shaming, which is not PC these days.
The Gunslinger.
Okay, then go
Yeah.
with that
I've
one.
heard people call him a gunslinger.
Yeah, but I mean, you can call everybody a quarterback,
yeah.
any kind of quarterback a gunslinger.
Yeah.
And the last one I actually have heard before, my homeboy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my homie,
I'm
my
sorry, my homie's
homeboy.
not on there.
It's not.
My homie is probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Before my homeboy.
But like I said, I never heard of most of those. Like,
Isn't he the one obsessed with ketchup?
I think
And
so.
he has he's even in like ketchup commercials and stuff.
I don't know, maybe.
I thought it was him.
He does a lot of State Farm commercials with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He does State Farm and Coors Light. His main one.
He did
Oh,
Hy-Vee
he does Coors
commercials
Light?
after won the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
but like the NFL
There's
doesn't
no one
allow
him and
you to
Travis
do.
Kelce are eating chips, and like they're tossing them back and forth to
Yeah.
each other.
Because
That's
I've never
new
really seen
one.
anybody do Hy-Vee commercials until Patrick Mahomes. But, I mean, I don't know.
Well, to do Hy-Vee commercials, you gotta be here.
You gotta be a local.
Yeah, because
it's
Hy-Vee's
only
just
Yeah.
right
Iowa,
there.
Missouri, Illinois.
Midwest,
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have anything to add on Mahomes before I go with my number 4?
No.
No.
Go for it.
All right. Well, my number 4 is Will Shields, the guard.
He was an honorable mention of mine.
Yeah, I always looked at him. Yeah, I mean, pretty good.
Well, I apparently am the offensive line guy of our group, so I figured I'd just keep that going. So he's in the Hall of Fame. He's a 12-time Pro Bowler. He's a 6-time All-Pro. He's on the All-2000s team. And there's not really any stats to go over. He's an offensive lineman. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's a mainstay in the offensive line for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And he was pretty durable as well.
14 years. And he played 16 games every year of his career.
There you go. Yeah.
Very durable.
Yeah.
So I remember him growing up being one of the best guards in football. Just out there doing his job, balling. Another career chief. So, yeah, all career chiefs so far.
That's an interesting
It is.
tidbit so far.
It is. All right, Drew, do you have a 3 left?
I do.
Who you got?
Lynn Dawson.
He's my number 3.
He's my number 3.
He's my number 3.
Not on my list.
Ooh.
Okay.
I put him at number 1.
Oh,
That's
okay.
well, I don't
That's-
have any beef with that.
Yeah, that's solid.
But
In Kansas City, he is loved.
only Wade doesn't have him.
And he just passed away not that long ago,
Yeah,
right?
he
Yep.
did.
Like
Yeah.
a week and a half ago.
You mean it's been longer than that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, rest in peace, Lynn.
R.I.P.
Sorry, fans. It's an inside joke. We apologize.
We love Lynn Dawson. Ain't nothing but.
Oh yeah, we're not laughing at him. No,
Yeah, we're not
by
laughing
any
at
means.
Lynn.
No, not by any means.
He's got one of the coolest pictures after he wins the Super Bowl, sitting there with his cigar.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah. By the way, he had 8 ties in his career. Has anybody else seen somebody with that many ties in their
No.
career?
What? How many is it?
8.
8 ties.
What?
What?
Maybe it was an AFL thing. Maybe
Did
Yeah.
they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but,
the AFL might have overtime. They just tie. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
This is our first non-whole career Kansas City guy. He played 3 years in Pittsburgh and 2 years in Cleveland. So he didn't get to Kansas City until he was 28. And then
I
he
was
played the
how
rest
you
of his-
played other places prior
Yeah.
to Kansas.
Yeah, he was
City.
drafted and played in Pittsburgh for a while, and then he ended up in Cleveland. However, he ended up there, but he wasn't he didn't play hardly at all in Cleveland, and then he ended up in Texas with this franchise,
Right.
and then they moved to Kansas City, and he was a starter for the rest of his career until he was 40 years old. So,
Yep.
Drew, you got anything else to add?
He's their Super Bowl MVP. I mean, he took him to 3 Super Bowls, but he only won 1. So he did get him there.
We won 3 AFL championships. It says,
Yeah.
so however that
Right.
works. I
Remember
know
we did
we've
that with the
discussed that.
Vikings.
Mhm.
Right.
If you won back then, that little 6-year window, if you won, they called it a championship for.
If you won your conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is now just a.
Because they were actually separate leagues. They just played each other
Mhm.
Yeah.
right, for the title.
And he's got a Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
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 He led the league in completion percentage 8 times. That's ridiculous. He led the league in touchdowns 4 times. Never led the league in yards. But you lead the league in completion percentage and touchdowns. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Wade. Definitely more touchdowns than interceptions.
Oh, that's a
From
good
the old
one.
guy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, 239 to 183. So
That's significantly better than a lot of guys we've talked about.
It is.
yeah,
Some of those old guys was the other way around.
absolutely.
Like Joe
So-
Namath had like 50 more interceptions than touchdowns.
yeah, that is very true.
But Joe Namath guaranteed it, Wade.
Yeah. Plus a losing record and like a 50% completion percentage, but we'll just ignore that because he guaranteed a victory.
He's also the franchise leader in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and QB wins. So that's a big stat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is, and that's kind of why, I have Dawson on my list ahead of Mahomes. Mahomes could pass his yards in like three more seasons.
Yep.
So I mean that is very well. I mean, if Mahomes has 2 big seasons, he can catch him in 2 years. If he throws for 5,000 yards a season, next 2 years he'll catch him. So because they're right about 10,000 apart. So
Yeah, with how long Mahomes is signed,
It's going to
the
happen.
the longevity of it will end up he'll catch every record that Dawson has.
right, it would take a
But at this
catastrophic
point,
injury to
in
stop it.
time,
Yeah.
Dawson is, in my mind, just a little bit above Mahomes just because of that.
Yeah, I mean, in all reality, their accolades are very similar at this point, and it just boiled down to, since he was there longer, Lynn Dawson has a lot more stats.
Yep, I agree.
So, well, anybody else have anything to say about Lynn Dawson before we move on?
Mm-mm.
All right, who has the 3 left? Just Ray. Ray, what you got, buddy?
Tony Gonzalez.
He's my number 2.
He's my number 2.
He's my number 2.
Who's my number 1?
My number 1.
All right.
We have a unanimous?
Is that a unanimous?
I believe it is.
Holy
as it
Jesus.
probably should be.
Yeah.
Tony G.
Yeah, I'd probably walk out if he was off someone.
And not only that, I like Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, and he's now doing media for football shows and stuff. So
Who's he with? Fox?
Yeah.
I believe
He's
he's
on there with
Fox.
Bradshaw and Strahan. and
Oh,
all
yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He comes on some of those other shows to fill in and stuff. Some of the talk shows.
So yeah, pretty good stat line. Not a douche like the other tight end we just talked about. 14 Pro Bowls, which is absurdly unseen throughout the episodes that we've had. Only a couple we've talked about had that many. He's in the Hall. 10,940 receiving yards and 76 touchdowns. And I just got to throw in there, he's also had 14 rushing yards. So
Oh, he's a 10-time All-Pro. He's got double-digit All-Pros.
yeah.
He led the league in catches one year from the tight end position.
Yeah, he's the NFL record holder for most receiving yards from a tight end and most career receptions. So
I mean, he ranks super high on just the all-time receiving list, not
Yeah.
just tight ends
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
He's in like the top 5 in just the receiving list.
Mhm.
he,
I mean,
he
he's-
kind of was the first change the game type of tight end, that a tight end became almost like a receiver
Yeah.
instead of a
Mm-hmm. He was a big receiver. He didn't block. They had another guy they specifically brought in to run block, and I can't remember his name. He was a big, bulky guy. But Gonzalez would leave the field in short yardage situations. So, but I like Tony Gonzalez. He was the best tight end in the league for a while. He was a beast.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's kind of weird how perceptions have changed, because when Gonzalez and Shannon Sharp were playing, the view was, well, they're pansies because they never block. Now the entire league's that way. Now tight ends don't block hardly at all, period. They're just receivers that line up close to the lineman.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are still some, but they're few and far between. for
they're
the most
just
part.
they're just chipping these days. They're not really
Yeah.
actually blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just mismatched receivers.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And some of these guys we got tight ends at 250, 260 running 4.4s, high 4.3s. Like that's nuts.
We just drafted a guy this year that is like 6'7" and runs like a 4.5. From
Yeah, they were just the big tight end from
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah,
He ran a 4.5 in last year at something. They were just talking about it yesterday after he hurdled that guy.
yeah.
He's like 6'7", 270 or something, and hurdled a defensive back.
Yeah, that was back when they played Oregon. Yeah, blew him out.
Yeah. Yep, did it again.
It's all right.
I tried. I
Keep
saved
moving
you.
along.
Yep. All right. Well, I don't even know what where we're at anymore. Where nobody has threes left, right?
No.
No.
So does anybody have twos left?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Drew, who you got?
Derek Thomas.
He's
Yeah,
my number one.
Agreed. Number 2.
He's my number one.
He's my number one.
my number 2.
So that's the consensus.
Yeah.
I thought him and Tony G were both pretty interchangeable at 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They're the
I
first
would
two
agree with
guys
that.
you think of.
So that is a unanimous on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's
Nice
pretty
and
nice. We
easy.
get two unanimous.
Back to back.
Lynn Dawson's pretty close to unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Who fucked that one up?
Wait.
I just want to say this, man. Like, his career was ended abruptly, and he's
Yeah.
got 126 sacks.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't
He
he have
still had like 5 more like prime years left, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was 32. Like,
Yeah.
he could have easily played at least a couple more seasons at a decent level.
could have at least? I mean, even there at the end, they'll keep you around. You just come in on 3rd down and rush the passer. He would just go in as a pass rushing specialist.
Yeah, I mean, his last season he played, he had 7 sacks and 60 tackles, 10 tackles for loss. He had an interception. He had 5 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles. Like, he had a pretty solid season his last year in the league.
Yeah. Doesn't he have the record for most sacks in a game?
I believe he
7.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
7
7.
sacks in one
Yeah,
game.
7 sacks in one game.
Wow.
Yeah, he has a 20-sack season.
No player amassed more sacks in the 90s than Derek Thomas.
I think for his career, he averaged double-digit sacks per season, which is pretty good.
And I don't think any quarterback ever flopped down on the ground to give him an extra sack either.
Yeah.
Jefferson Street.
He played 11 seasons and has 126 sacks. So yes,
Yeah.
he averaged double digits.
A lot of guys, they climb the list, but they play forever, and they're just slowly tacking on a little bit at a time. But to average double-digit sacks per season for your career is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't think we said it. He's in the Hall of Fame. He has 9 Pro Bowls. He has a Defensive Rookie of the Year. He has 5 All-Pros. But he's in the All-90s team. He was a Walter Payton Man of the Year. I don't know what this one is. The Alan Page Award? What is the Alan
It's
Page
got to do
Award?
something defense.
Not sure.
It doesn't let me click on it. So I don't know what the Alan Page Award is, but I don't think I've ever seen it before.
Alan Page. Let's go to Google.
And he got a UPI Rookie of the Year. But yeah. So 126 and a half sacks, 600 solo tackles. What is combined? This is, well, that doesn't make any damn sense. Up here, it says he has 599 solo tackles. And then down here in his stat page, it says he has 272 solo tackles.
Yeah. Some of that stuff gets confused. Screwed up. I don't know.
Here we go with tackles.
I find it hard to believe in 11 years he got 200 tackles.
Yeah.
Then my total for him overall that was like 600 and something.
Yeah, I got 641.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either. But unanimous pick, Derek Thomas. So does anybody have anybody left?
Mm-mm.
Wow. That
Where-
went kind of quick and smooth.
It did go by quickly after our first round.
We rallied
We only
again.
ended up with 8 guys again, which isn't a big number for us, but we have a bunch of ones. A bunch of ones.
What can I do here to help myself?
So here's the deal. We
He loves his
have
deals.
we have two guys that were unanimous: Tony Gonzalez and Derek Thomas. So they are on. And then we have 6 guys for 2 spots. We have Will Shields, Patrick Mahomes, Buck Buchanan, Travis Kelce, and Bobby Bell.
Okay.
4 of which of those are ones.
Okay, Wade, here's the deal.
Oh boy, here we go.
I would take Mahomes off
Say yes, Wade.
if you take Kelsey off. But if you take Kelsey off, you have to go to the Lynn Dawson side.
That's fine.
Okay.
Great deal.
That is a great deal.
I mean,
So-
that was going to have to happen anyway.
So Mahomes is gone.
But this way, I don't have to be cliche, and I take Patrick Mahomes off the list.
Kelsey's gone. And Lynn Dawson goes on the list.
So now we're
Bobby Bell, Bucky B, and Will Shields.
All right, so we got 3 guys for 1 spot.
I would swap my vote over to Bell because he was my interchangeable.
So
Four,
you
five.
were Bucky.
I was Bucky B, but I could go. I could be persuaded to the Bell side. Is what I'm trying to say.
There you go.
Uncle
leaves
Bucky
you on
B,
an island
baby.
there, Alberta.
I'm not super stuck on Will Shields. I gave him the promote. You guys never let me put any offensive linemen on, so so I mean I'm used to it.
I retract, Alex. I'm on your side.
All right, so we're gonna Shallow and I'll get rid of our guys, and Bobby Bell will make the list.
Oh, yeah, that was easy.
That was easy.
That was really
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, Bobby Bell was one of my considerations with Uncle Bucky B, but I'll go with Uncle Bobby Bell.
We can discuss this if you guys want, or we're just gonna make it really easy, one or the other.
I'm okay with how things transpired. Keep going.
Yeah. All right. So that will leave our Chiefs Mount Rushmore as follows: Derek Thomas, Tony Gonzalez, Lynn Dawson, and Bobby Bell. That will leave us with a outside linebacker, a tight end, a quarterback, and a linebacker, off-ball linebacker. That'll leave us with 2 really old guys and 2 90s, 2000s guys. So we didn't really spread out our time periods a ridiculous amount, but we did all right. Spread out our positions pretty well. We ended up with 2 offense and 2 defense. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. And that will lead us into trivia. Drew, are you ready?
Yep. How many kickers are in the Hall of Fame?
Ugh. I have no idea.
Just like a random guess.
Like
It's just like a random guess, I guess.
I guess because I don't even know what an educated number would be. Like I it could be 100 or it could be 4, and I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a guess.
I'd be shocked if there's 100.
Well, I would. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't think it's 100, but
a lot
yeah.
of kickers.
Feeling really good. I feel like this is a question that just shitty enough to where I'll get right.
Go after yourself, brother.
I'm not shitting on the person asking the question, but this is kind of the randomness that I get right. So
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just put down a
All right.
number.
I put 16.
Okay.
Put 0.
Okay.
I put 5.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
I put 10.
It's 4.
Oh, I missed it by 1.
Only 4, huh?
Yep.
Fair enough.
I almost asked punters.
I think there'll be a couple more go in here soon. What's his name? Vinatieri will probably go in.
Oh yeah.
He's only been
Yeah.
retired for a year or two, so he'll get in here in a few years. So add to it, at least. At this point, it looks like Justin Tucker will probably get in at some point.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who would like to go next?
I can go.
All right.
All right. There are 2 running backs tied for the longest run in Chiefs history. Who are they?
All right. I got mine.
Yep. Go with this.
All right. I got 2 guesses.
I got 2 guesses.
Yep, we're good.
All right. I put Charles and Johnson.
Put Charles and Holmes.
I said Holmes and Okoye.
Yeah.
Charles and Holmes.
I said Holmes and Marcus Allen.
It is Jamal Charles and Damian Williams.
Yeah.
Both have a 91-yard run. Priest Holmes was the one I wanted to put as my number 4. I really liked Priest Holmes back in the day.
Holmes,
Yeah,
Larry
take a long
Johnson,
look
and
at that.
Charles all had really dominant runs there, but they just weren't there very long.
Well, Priest
And-
Holmes didn't get there until he was like almost 30.
Yeah.
And then he just
Yeah.
destroyed
Mahomes
people.
has, or not Mahomes, Holmes has one of the best 3-year periods of like any running back ever. Like he was
Amazing.
flat dominant there for like 3 years.
I just wanted to get Christian Okoye mentioned.
Yeah.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
That is a great
I love
nickname.
that nickname.
Another short period of time guy.
Oh, yeah.
Real
Real
short.
short.
Yeah. One of the UFC fighters stole his nickname.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Mm.
The Usman, the guy that just lost to Leon Edwards the other
Oh,
day.
yeah.
He declared himself the
Man.
Nigerian Nightmare
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Well, Usman got knocked out.
He did. He got straight kicked to the face.
I'm like, ooh, that's gonna leave a mark.
He was, yeah, we can talk about that some more.
Yeah. Oops. Back to the Chiefs.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go. All right. This kind of follows on Drew's question. Who was the first exclusive kicker to get into the Hall of Fame?
Ugh.
I mean, it was just a kicker. There's quite a few guys that were kickers and played offensive line or kickers and something else. But this is the first true, that's all he did was kick.
Okay, I got to guess.
I can see him, but I can't think of his name.
When you said your kicker question, I thought, uh-oh, Drew's going to get mine.
Well, I know the one guy, but he's not.
Alex, stop Googling.
No, my answer's written down. I'm actually looking for my question.
I got to guess.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, I put Anderson.
Thornton.
Anderson.
No answer.
And I had to go with my boy, Ray Finkel.
He actually is the Kansas City chief kicker,
Oh.
Jan Stenerud.
Oh.
Oh. I thought for sure it'd be like Morton Anderson or something.
Yeah, I thought Morton Anderson was a good guess.
Stenerud was earlier. He was way back.
Mm.
Back with Lenny Dawson and those guys.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of kickers from back in the day. I don't know.
Ray,
Yeah.
your turn.
All right. Which player recorded the most sacks in a single season by a rookie? And this is since 1982 when sacks were official.
Okay.
It's a pretty decent question, right?
It is very good.
I don't know the answer to it, but
The rookie part.
Defense. Defense.
All right.
all right, I got an answer.
Me too.
1 second. Let me think.
Defense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got one.
Uh-oh, my marker's going out.
Fucking Amazon.
All right, I'll just say it. I tried to write it.
Is that everybody?
Hmm.
All right, I said Watt.
Parsons.
But Javon Curse.
Said Derek Thomas.
I said Derek Thomas. I tried to.
Yeah.
You can see Derek,
And
right?
Wade goes up a point this week because it's Javon Curse with
go Wade.
14.5 in 1999.
I'll say, I wonder what, when you said Parsons, I was like, he did have a lot of sacks last
Yeah.
year. I couldn't remember how many
That's
he had.
who I was trying to think of. I couldn't remember his
Yeah, I
name.
can't remember how many he had, but I knew he had a bunch.
Probably would have got the record if we would have started the year rushing the passer. Because they like switched him positions like probably through the season.
Yeah, he came in as a middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And then they somebody got hurt. He had a couple injuries.
And they moved him outside and he started
Yeah.
rushing the passer a lot more.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's me, right? Everybody else is
Yep.
win. All right, here's my question. What team did the Chiefs share a stadium with during their first 3 years? So 2 NFL teams shared the same stadium. The Chiefs and who?
I got an answer.
I can't think. I can't think at all.
Is this when they were Like actually name the Chiefs, not like when like.
I don't honestly know. To be honest with you, I don't know if they ever were not. Were they not the Chiefs at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew they were, but I don't know if this is. All right, I was gonna write this. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to give a hint on your question.
That's true.
All
Well,
right.
yeah. Anyway, I didn't say that.
I got a guess.
Everybody got an answer?
Yeah.
I wrote something
Yeah.
down.
All right. What's up?
With the Cowboys.
With the Steelers.
Cowboys.
Houston.
I put Chicago.
It's the Cowgirls.
Yeah, because they were the Dallas
They were
Texans.
the Dallas Texans.
Yeah, I knew they were in Dallas because I said it earlier. I said that they played in Dallas. But yes, so that was Drew and Uncle Doug.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that will leave this week with Wade with a point, Uncle Doug with a point, and Drew with a point. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So 3 points given out this week. Schaller letting the guests down. Me and Ray still sucking. So yes, we appreciate you tuning in for this Chiefs episode. We enjoyed ourselves, and we would appreciate you tuning in next week for our Rams episode. And thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.